All right. So Harsh is actually driving, traveling somewhere, and there's a little bit miscommunication the timing, right? Because we have a day saving now. It's 1 hour advance for us, and they in India it's different 1 hour now, but they didn't know that we kick off this things. So he is traveling, and there's a big festival happening in India. It's Diwali. I think it's in Monday or Tuesday, but they have to do a lot of preparation. And Sumit and Harsh, so they wanted to celebrate that festival. So that's why this week is a little bit off the hook. But I took this opportunity. I don't want to, let you guys a big pause of a week. So I would like to take you and get you some experience, particularly industry experience in terms of data science and whatever you have so far been studying, particularly in Python. We'll go through a little bit and understand what's your level, what exactly you guys has done, and then I will walk you through in a very basic way of what is Python uses for data science. And of course, you need to know what data science is. Yeah, you need to know all these things. So I will walk you through in that steps. Okay. My first question to you guys, all of you are senior now. Okay. I don't see anybody beginners. What do you think? What do you learn in Python so far? Should I go ahead and make some tests or ask some questions, or what is your comfort level? Particularly having class with us last 6 or 7 weeks, or 8 weeks maybe. So what do you think? Do you guys learn something, or it's not up to your mark, because you are all my family. So you talk the truth. If anything, you say, okay, I thought differently, but my understanding was differently, but I learned differently. Because my insight is, I want to prepare you for the industry. I don't want to prepare you to be a developer, right? Python developer. I want you to learn Python only, which is good to use in an area or field called data science. All right. From the data science, you should know what things you need to know in Python, because I will explain to you what data science is. Okay. But anybody wants to put insight and talk? Any expectation? Because we are wrapping up the Python, and I'm trying to take you to the data science and then cloud and then Genai, so those kind of things. But we will use this Python concept into the next coming few weeks. Okay, not widely, but when we talk about different functions or packages or Genai or cloud, or particularly in Genai, I will relate what Python concept you're going to be using it. So I'm not going to get you concept, but I'm going to relate your concept into the next area in Genai. Okay, and I promised I get you 4 weeks Genai class. Yeah. That's very excited and exciting for you guys, because that's a new area, right? If you guys think, other than Aima or maybe Imran or maybe Moin, but if you guys think you did not have enough to learn in Python, okay, I can organize another meeting for you, or another class for you for Python basics. Okay, I said Moin, Amna, Aima, Wasik. I know you guys, Imran, you guys are good to go. So I will take you into the next area where the Python, data science, and all those things, Genai, and I try to build your resume also. And then now it's time for you guys to sneak into the windows of opportunities in the industry. So I would like you to look into that. Yeah. Feroz, good morning. Assalamu alaikum. Thank you for joining.
Assalamu alaikum. Good morning.
Yeah, we just kick off, and I'm just giving introduction. Harsh is not around today, so I'm just taking you guys to move into data science and Python, and just talking to you guys all to get your inputs and those kind of things. Yeah. So just stay with us. Yeah, you didn't miss anything. Yeah. All right. Uh, so let me know if you really need more classes in Python. But my purpose is not to make you Python developer. My purpose is uh, to to get you, which I can take you from there. Uh, uh, when we go for the journey, you need to build up your muscles. You need to build up some skills to reach there, right? What I need is, do you have those skills already now to take you to the next area? Next area is data science. But now I would like to market your skills in the industry while we're learning next area, which is 4 or 5 weeks from today now. But do you have enough skills to sneak the windows of opportunity in the industry and getting the interviews, or you still need a little bit more time to learn more? Because now it's a midpoint, right? Now you will be looking left hand side into the industry and getting the job. Okay, I'll help you out, right? Second thing, in the same time, you're not stopping your journey. You keep learning. Okay. Now the only thing is your focus will be more on the questions going to be asked by the interviewee. What you learn in Python, what you learn in SQL, little bit or no, or whatever you guys learn. And then I would like to materialize. I would like to substantiate those concepts into the next era. You may end up with Genai job. You may end up with data science job. You may end up with Python job. But I personally feel you shouldn't be looking for Python developer job, because this 4 or 5 weeks, I'm not sure whether how good or how expert you become. I just want you to use these skills into the data science area, into the data science, machine learning, Gen AI. Okay. Before I start what data science is, anybody has any inputs? I'm really interested to hear from you guys. Otherwise, the way I have in my mind, I keep moving. You think it's okay? You think, Irshad, we think a little bit go this way. Okay. And you are very important. Your feedback is very important, right? Because I want to take you to the industry. I'm not going to leave you here. Right? So let me know if everything is going according to you, or you want a little bit this, little bit that. You have a couple of minutes to talk. Sorry, I'm not going to take the call. Give me 1 second, please. All right, guys. Anybody want to say, or we can kick off? Anybody want to say anything?
Yes, brother, what we need to know for data science, like what we're gonna work with.
Very good question. That's my next. In a couple of minutes, I'm going to start exactly what your question is. But I'm going to relate this Python to the next topic. Is the Python is enough for you guys?
I think Python is enough, and we learned enough about with Panda. So I think we have enough skills, enough knowledge to analyze the data. But the problem is like we don't have enough experience here.
Got it. Got it. Anybody else? Okay. So look like everybody's good. Very good. Very good. I like that. Yeah. No, it's my turn, right? I'll give you 2 minutes to be asked. Okay. Everybody is clear what is programming concept in Python. Okay. I can answer you. Everybody is clear what variable is, what list is, what dictionaries are, what conditions are, what loops are, what functions are, what means classes, And the last thing is, what are the means of packages? All of you are familiar with these terms which I just walk you through. So anybody need to know these 6 terms from it, because these 6, 7 terms which I just mentioned to you, that is the important concept you're going to be using in Python. Everybody is clear all these 6 concepts? Or you want to walk anything and you say, okay, I am not clear about list, I'm not clear about dictionary. We can talk a little bit, but otherwise I want everybody at least know these 6 to 7 concepts, because this we're going to be using it in next topics. I repeat again: variables, lists, dictionaries, conditions, loops, functions, classes, and packages. Are you good, or you want me to just refresh your mind and get you 1 slide of each? Or you think you are good, so I can move the next?
Can you go over classes, please?
Classes. All right, got it. I might need to know classes. Okay, what else? Packages is important. Are important. Sorry.
Yeah, some useful packages.
I have issue conditions.
Mashallah, very good. Good. I like people are talking. Okay, I am having all these concepts, and I was thinking to move you on to the packages. Very important, because packages are the last we've been learning. But Ima wants to know classes, and Amna wants to know conditions. Right? But you said, Ali? Ali?
Ali is not in the class, I think so.
He is in the class. He might drop
The
it.
class?
Is everybody can see my screen? Is visible?
Yes,
What you can see, Ima?
I can see the meeting.
You can see the meeting, right?
Yes.
Can you see the PPT? No, you can't see. You
No.
can see our pictures, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, 1 second. All right. What you can see now?
Yes, we can see the PowerPoint.
Okay. Now you can see the PowerPoint. Okay. I don't want to waste too much time. No, you can still see the PowerPoint?
Yes.
Okay. So this is the concept I'll just walk you through: variables, list, dictionaries, conditions, loops, and function. Okay. If you want, we can go one by one. So these are the conditions which I prepared for my Genai class, but I would like to take you there. So just prepare for you, guys. Yeah. So these are the 8 concepts, very important for you, right? I think everybody knows variables, lists, dictionaries, conditions, loops. The last 2 are important: classes and packages, right? So for example, if you guys, to refresh your brain, when we say variables actually stores a value, right? It could be character, text, string. It's like a container, right? Uh, we all knows what variable is. It actually does have the variations and segments, particularly where you want to store these characters, strings, integers, booleans, floating points, numbers. So if you look at the right hand side, that's the way we define the variables, right? In terms of strings or integers, okay, in the numbers, okay. The concept is important because of the data science. So we will see a little bit in a while what data science means, because I wanted to take you on there, but I'm going to use this concept over there. Okay. So if everybody is clear about variables, we'll not need to spend time. Yeah. List. Everybody know what list is, right?
Yes.
Okay. I just have one question for all of you guys, just to check how good my students are. What is index in the list?
It's the place.
It's what?
The place where you index is where the place that's the value stored.
Okay, good. It is a place. Okay. Just hold for a while. Good point. Anybody else?
Position of value or item in a list.
Good. Very good. Same what means said, Amna. You're right. Absolutely. It's a position in the values in the list. So list is donated by the brackets, right? So we all know. And it index numbers start at 0. Okay. I show you how. If you can see on the right hand side in my list, right? The position or the position of any item in the list. An index in the list always starts from 0. So your number of value of 1, the index for 1 is 0. The index of 5 is 1. So it's a position, the way you manipulate your data. Okay. Just a quick question. So I think everybody knows that, right? So left hand side, if you can see all the characteristic of the list, it's each item separated by a comma with space. Each contains different data types. Okay. When I say list, means this list is like a numbers. Maybe next list is something else. Okay. What is nested list? You can just touch. Nested list is list within the list. When I said list, means you have one list, right? Then you have called multiple lists. This is one list. This is another list. This is another list. Okay. And this is the main list outside. So you can have 3 lists in a one list. That is called nested list. Okay. And each list has different data types, right? Different there. That's called nest. Nest means multiple things within the same thing. Is called nested, right? If you see the nest of the birds, right? The term is taken from there. Okay. So when you talk about list, you talk about index, you talk about nested list. This is important concept here. Okay. So these are the characteristics. It's not new to you guys, so I think it's okay to go with next. Okay. So there is one important point you might have learned, right? We have some functions, built-in functions in the list. For example, sum. You do not need to take function out, or you call a function separately. You can call a function within the list. That's why we called it built-in function. Means it will come with the list. So my neighborhood has some construction going on. Is that too noisy or is okay?
No noise.
All right. This is the example of the list, particularly when you have a different function within. You are familiar with that so far. Am I right? Guys, am I right?
Yes. Yes.
Perfect. Okay. So data structure in the list. This is a little bit complex. How you have different nested lists, how you calling, how you adding functions, how you are preparing that multiple list within the list. Okay. And this data structure, you're gonna be using it, this concept. But of course, when you say data structures, it's actually a mix of a collection of different objects. It could be lists, it could be dictionaries, it could be loops. So you call this in terms of Python objects. Dictionaries donated by curly brackets. Index by a key. Wow. Anybody need to explain to me what is index by a key? So here you don't use the index as a position. You use index as a key. Okay. And each key must be unique in the dictionary. Okay. Can somebody tell me what is the key in this area? For example, I just get you more references. Okay. So we can access value in dictionary by specifying the key inside. You know index, right? So what's the difference between index and key? There we call about list. In the list we call about index, right? So we have index to identify the position of the element or item, sorry, right? In the list. Similar fashion, in the dictionary, we use keys. We don't use index. Okay. Now, indexes are like your name in the serial number table, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 are your index number. In the item, get me the number 5 item. It means my index is 5, and then the list will continue. Okay, I'm talking about the table, right? Dictionary, instead of giving index number or position, you're gonna give the value. Oh, sorry, keys. So you can have a key. It could be a smaller key or bigger key, or the syntax of the key can be identified, but that's a little bit different concept. You guys know more than me this area. Okay, so I'm just taking this concept. You guys have done a lot of work, like Imran, and all those folks. Yeah. Okay, condition. Amna has a question about conditions. So when we talk about Python, we use mathematical conditions. There are a couple of conditions, mathematical and operational conditions, different operators, right? So these are the examples of the conditions. And if you look at right-hand side, I give you one example. Okay, false or true. If your x is equal to 5, means these are the variables, right? Y is equal to 12. Print x is equal to y. Is it equal? Print x is less than y. Okay, x is less than y. So which is true, which is false? Very easy, right? Guys, no need to explain. This is the very first lesson you learn. So you understood why it's false, why it's true, right? Okay, conditions has other conditions in Python which are important. It evaluates your logical condition, such as whether or sales increase or decrease. Okay, which is not a value in the list. Okay, so conditions are mathematical, logical way of wrangling the data, way of identifying the data, or wherever you have, for example, where you need to know whether the sales is high or low. Use this condition. Increase the sales 10% is not condition, right? It's a method. So conditions we use to identify what we want to do with the data. Okay, so these are the examples of the conditions. Is that clear, your thoughts, or still you have questions? As I said, I don't want to go and explain to you in detail, because these concepts you have learned already, right? If this example can make you clear, we can move ahead. Otherwise, we can discuss.
The definition is clear for me now. Condition definition. Thank you.
Okay. So I build these slides for people who are learning Genai. They are learning data science. They are learning the concept. Okay, and I'm assuming they know the basics. Okay, and why I'm sharing with you guys, because you are my pioneer students, and you have learned about Python now. I just wanted to check whether you guys are these terms are familiar to you or not. You think, oh yeah, I learned, but now it's a summary, right? Summary kind of thing. So, for example, there are some conditional statements which we define in the programs, true or false, right? So These are the examples. After that, I get you this slide, so you can just have go through this one. And if you think it's still not clear, you can talk to Aima or myself or Imran or anybody who are good in Python, yeah? Or even Harsh, right? Harsh will be coming next week. He's actually was traveling, and there's a day saving time, so things a little bit messed up. Sumit is in the call with us. I think, yeah, he can add some values wherever required. But because I want to take you to the data science, so I just take this opportunity. He will be discussing with you the project and the Python next week. Yeah, so you can finish the project next week and then followed by data science and all this thing. Yeah. And I'm coming back to the question what Waz and Firoz has asking, what is the data science and what we want to be doing there. Yeah. So I will just walk you through a little bit in detail. Yeah, after this concept. So Amna, you can just read these slides, and I think you will be good enough in that. Yeah. So this is all the loops. Okay, nobody has question about loop. It's easy. Why do I use loop, by the way? So if you have some commands, you keep calling again and again. If it's something you are actually doing a routine-wise task day by day, you can create loops to call that method again and again, and to make your make your manual task into automated way of doing that things. So loops are helpful when it comes to the sequential data. You know what's the mean sequence, right? Sequence means it go from left to right all the way. It goes in a very sequential way of counting things, right? Like vectors, right? Like sets. So that's where loop are coming in. It's a good concept actually. Okay, while loops. Okay, I'll get you these slides, team, so you can. Classes and packages are important, right? Particularly packages. Okay, I don't want to go how to define class and how to define packages. I just put up these list to let you know these are the things is important in the next topic. Okay, classes. Okay, so we can understand classes. Let's examine the programming without them. For example, if you look at this one, so just excuse me because I put this thing into more in the vector size, vector point of view, because I'm using Genai. We are using vector database. Okay, we are not using simple logical transactional data. That's why you will see some numbers are in the classes are a little bit towards the vectorizations. Okay, what is this code trying to do? This is a cell, right? AX is equal to this, AY is equal to this, AZ is equal to this, BX is equal to this, BY is equal to this, BC. So it's all these numbers, right? And variables, right? And then you're multiplying it by this, multiplying by this, multiplying by this, and then printing that values. So far, very easy, right? Any complexities here? No, I don't think so. Okay, but if you look at the output, right? If you look at the output, this looks a bit strange to me, right? What are we calling actually? 4.84000003. What are we going to do with this data? It is a vector which is very complex vector, right? Are you calling this particular class into a next method, or you're just using these classes to define different functions, right? Because classes are wrapped up in the functions. So functions are like summation. Sum is a function, like multiplying is a function. But here in this example, if you look at, we are multiplying some numbers, okay, within a class. So yeah. So what is your question about class? If you can understand this one, and if you have cleared out, can I just give you a couple of second pause and just read? Everybody. You're senior, you're better than me, right, in Python. So you know what exactly is going on.
I've never created my own class, so that's what I was curious about, because I know the different classes in Python, but I think you can create your own. define your own class. So I
Oh,
thought
of course, absolutely. Since you're not starting problem solving, you're not using Python as a problem solving, right? Which you're gonna do in the industry. Then you will see a lot of fun because you will be talking about data mining. You will be walking yourself. You will be looking more into the data cleaning, data cleansing, data mining, data wrangling, because we want the concept of Python in the data only. So I'm trying to take you out from the Python's point of view. You're not developer. You're not developing the code. You are using the code. So here you are absolutely right. You can use that anytime. But are we developer to build the classes? I would suggest you not. You should not. My suggestion or recommendation to you is you should know how to use Python in the data science. That is important. For example, if you are BA, business analyst, if you are data engineer, I'll just walk you through these roles, or the data scientist. These three roles are collaborating each other. You are not building a code. You are actually, if you are, let's say, data science, you using these classes, which is already built in, okay, and then you can try to clean the data and take the insight from the data to make more actionable, right? What data sciences we will just discuss after this topic here. But so far, this is what I put it up just to make sure everybody know what are they we're talking about. As I said, I am putting this concept into vector. You know what is vector? Is a multi-dimensional data structure, right? It has X, Y, and Z, right? 3-dimension. That's why we call 3D vectors, right? So this is example I'm giving to the Genai folks to understand them, bring them into the Python into vector database. But you can think of also the same thing because it doesn't matter to you. You can use this concept as a 3D. Remember, I asked question to Harsh. Tell us more 2D. Tell us more 3D. Okay, because since you guys are not having a big picture in your mind, so this kind of question you might not ask him, but he put you in the one dimension most of the time. So we'll go through a 2D and 3D, but we need to bring them into that. What is 2D? What is 3D? Why we are using multi-dimensional data structures, and 3D is vectorization, right? X, Y, Z. If you see, look into your wall, right? One axis goes above top, which is a vertical. The other go to horizontal X and Y, right? So X, Y, Z. There's a 3-dimension. When you look at the picture of the building, it's a 3D. You can see every view, right? If you look at the picture of the image, it will give you 2D. So same way, when you talk about data, you're not talking about just front or back or X or Y. You're looking into as a 3-dimensional, because now our technology is not just looking at your table. Your table is X and Y, right? You have complex values, you have easy values. So you're making a graph and putting into the visualization process. If you look at 1D, 2D is like that. But now if you use libraries, you use packages, you can make this visualization in 3D. And I've seen you guys did, right? You guys did in the first project, you did 2D visualization, right? You create a graph, chart, right? Whatever Harsh explained to you. But here we are doing a little bit different thing. We're a little bit more complex. We are going in a complex in terms of dimensions. You might be analyzing the sales in 3 different dimensions, 3 different domains, like marketing. What's the sales of marketing people? What sales of HR? What sales of finance? Yeah, somebody else may say something. Go ahead. Hello, Ali? All right. I think somebody was just not muted. All right. So this is what these characteristics are about classes, right? So, and if you look at why I asked, the output of this class looks very ugly. The reason is we are moving into different dimensions, and you will be using packages after these classes to visualize this in a different way. Okay. See, vector has an X, Y, and Z and can be used in cross function. That's a vector, 3D vector, right? So I just put it this for them. But you got the meaning of classes, Ima?
Yes, I got it. Thank you.
So if you look at the packages, right? You just touch upon it. I'll send the slide to you guys so you can just go through. This is a very good concept, particularly take you next level. Okay. And I don't have time, and I don't want to go too deep about defining the classes again, because you guys can relate it, right? You have a knowledge, right? I don't think so any one of you do not know what classes is, but your question was, should I need to create classes, or should I get a class or define classes which is already built in, right? These are based on again definitions and all those different examples. Yeah. This course is a little bit advanced because we are not going in detail what classes. We assume that classes you guys know already, and then we can go with that concept. Okay. And this slides will get you really good pictures what we are talking about, and then you can just relate it and learn it and understand. If you do not understand how to use these classes into the data science, that's where myself come into the picture. You can ask me, but you know you're relating two things: vector and classes. So I'm not going to go deep what classes are, how you define the classes. I'm bringing the classes concept into vector classes, vector database, which is 3D, which is X, Y, Z. Okay, that's why you can see all these my examples. I'm relating into the vector side. Okay, so for example, you know classes, but now you are going to vector. So this class is not a vector database. So I don't want to explain to you what vector database, but just roughly touch it. Vector database is based on 3 dimension X, Y, Z, and in Genai, generative AI, artificial intelligence, when we generate contents, images particularly, you can see we deal with 3D, and then you need to use vector database. So vector databases get you based on similarities, based on different algorithms, to get you the right picture or image or text. Okay, so the technology also changing, but the concept is same, right? So I'm not saying the Python concept got changed now. No. Python is there, concept is there. We are using this concept into the area which is advanced analytics, which is not even machine learning, not even analytics. It's advanced analytics, which is artificial intelligence, which is generative AI. So the demand is getting increased, and now you are generating images, text, audio, video, and you need to make the technology equal to the concept. So this is the concept we're using into new latest technology. Okay, package. This is important, guys. Do everybody know what packages mean? Guys, not helping me. Huh?
Can you explain it?
I will explain, but do you know what packages are?
No, not really.
You know what libraries are?
Yes.
Okay. Give me example of library. What we use library?
Oh, Pandas, MATLAB.
Those are the packages. Those
Okay.
we can call libraries or packages. Yes. That's exactly your point. Is Anaconda. Look at this. So packages are your IDs. What is IDs? You have PyCharm, right? Okay. But here we're not using PyCharm as an ID because PyCharm has all the library, all the functions, all the functionality or written code for Python. In Anaconda is the library of written all the codes which required in the data science. It would be scientific computation. It would be, you can call packages, or you can call Anaconda is a software platform. So it's a bunch of software, sorry, bunch of codes, pre-written codes you just call in this software. And so it's this software platform or package, you can call it, or you can call it platform. Anaconda is made for data science, for scientific computation. Okay. Now you will be very confused. What is data science? What is scientific computation? What is all these things, right? I can explain to you in detail. But packages are the libraries or the pre-written code. For example, you write one code, it may consist of 200 lines. You don't want to throw that code. By using different functions, different classes, you build one file. Okay, you have more than 1,000 files. You build a framework of those files. Okay, and manage them in a package form. You know, when you install any software, right, you install packages, right? You install binaries. You can see a lot of packages being installed, right? So basically, you are building library, or you're building a pre-written code into a software. In this case, we call Anaconda is a software. And second is Data IQ. So Data IQ is a very familiar software tool in industry, which helps for the data scientists. So it has a nice graphic user interface. It has really, you can import the data, you can visualize the way of doing the things very, very fast. Click and play. You don't need to run the coding stuff. Coding will be run parallel in the backend. And if you need to know what Python code is and being generated by clicking here and there, you can see the code. So this is actually like a DOS, disk operating system, which is a black screen. And now we make it a graphic user interface like Windows. You know, Windows, you click, right? So Data IQ took the Python libraries, build in the backend, and give you a nice dashboard. You import the data, put the data inside your Data IQ, run different computations, and you don't need to you don't need to make the commands, because commands are the packages which is already installed in your environment. It could be in server, it could be in your laptop. Okay. Since Data IQ is a commercial product, commercial edition, most of the small and large companies, they pay, that's a paid product. You might not have a hand on that. You can use Anaconda. Anaconda has individual edition. Individual editions is a free. Okay, you can use that as an. So Anaconda is kind of similar kind of libraries and packages which you install it. All the related codes, pre-written codes, which we call modules, is actually part of that. Look at the right-hand side of my code, guys. It's a import numpy as np. What that mean? You guys written this, right? You guys doing this a lot. Tell me what's the mean of import numpy as np? Can somebody?
NumPy is a Python package that's used for like numerical statistical calculations. And when you're importing it as NP, you're creating like an alias, which is NP. So you can reference the package as NP later on. It's shorter. It's an abbreviation.
Very good, Aima. But I want to hear last thing. When we say import numpy, I agree with Aima. NumPy is the library, the module, or pre-written files or codes. In this program, we are calling them, we're importing them. Whenever we use in our program this library, files, module, whatever you want to call them, we will not call the full name NumPy. We give them an alias called NP. Same pandas, we call it PD, short notation. But if this 2 lines code import this means you are getting the library related to the packages. Now the question is, what is the difference between NumPy and pandas? These 2 different packages, 2 different libraries. Okay, one is good for just sequential data analysis. The one is good for the visualization. Okay, so that's why you need a multiple libraries. You not stick with one library. But when you use Anaconda, basically all these libraries or packages sit within the framework. You do not need to go import this, import this, import this, import this. So you have operating system, import this, import this. You have 10 different libraries, you're importing it. Use Anaconda. It's a full of packages for all these things. So anything you code it, your Anaconda will help you to get all these things. And when you go to industry or company, right, you're not gonna import anything from internet. You need to put everything into the server or into the framework or into the package library like GitHub or kind of thing. But GitHub hold the code, right? This is the Anaconda is a framework, or it's a software platform which has all the libraries, which are pre-written codes in the form of files or modules, which helps you to just use your programming syntax to leverage whatever you want to do in the data science area. So you don't need to rebuild things. This kind of code, you're just calling it. And that's the beauty of open source. And you can just use, or you can call as a function. When you say sum, right? Sum, okay, add two numbers, a plus b. Where does sum come from? Sum is a function, right? Which does call the operator, which is plus operator. So it's calling two operators, x and y, in the variables. And variables has assigned numbers like 2 plus 3, x is equal to 2, y is equal to 3. X means the variable of 2, y is the variable of 3. So now you're calling not 2 and 3 because those are static number. You're calling x plus y variables. And then you are putting operator in the middle plus. Where this operator is coming? Function from sum. Where sum is coming is from the package. Where package is coming? From the framework. Which framework? Anaconda, Data IQ. Okay, pandas. When you make this data to visualize the data, nice graph chart, you need to call pandas library. Same does NumPy has own functionality. So each library is different. But what we learn is I ask Harsh to teach you pandas, NumPy, because these are the things we are using in the data science. But as a student, you learn what is inside. If I just get you in the industry, you will not see NumPy's, pandas, and all those functionality. You will use the data IQ. You know how to use that. You will be very familiar with the data IQ. You will not even know you are building a lot of code, but at the back end. But if you want to troubleshoot it, you can do that. Yeah. Okay. So it's basically the packages are the software platform, which is made for data science, for scientific computation, and for other reasons. Okay, that's the definition of packages. Just keep in mind. Now let me walk you through what is data science. Is that this definition is clear? So these are the definition of different libraries. Anaconda comes preloaded with 6 commonly used packages below. Look at that, Ima. Pandas, NumPy, scikit-learn, matplotlib, Seaborn, StatsMod. These are all the what we call model. See, if I say import this, import this, import this, import this, you don't need to do that. You just use Anaconda. It's a platform. See, Anaconda comes preloaded with 6 commonly used packages. So if you install the Anaconda in your laptop, free edition, it comes with all these 6 libraries. Clear or not clear? Do somebody know what's the difference between package and platform? Moin? How many libraries?
Yes.
How many modules you've been learning this among these 6?
I learned a couple, like maybe 5 or 6.
5 or 6? This total 6.
Oh, on this.
And this, yeah. You know matplotlib?
Yeah, from this, only 3. No, 4.
Okay, good. So pandas is important because you visualize the data, okay, in the form of graph charts, right? And I think Harsh taught you, right? NumPy is dimensional, right? In vector, okay. Scikit is different. It you might use a Google build this library, and it's available open source. You can use this technique, uh, uh, but what I'm trying to say is these 6 you just these are the part of Anaconda. So you have to know what Anaconda is consist of. Okay, in the industry, you will not building all these different packages, so you can just use Anaconda. Okay. Okay. See, this is what you keep doing: import, import, import. This is, and then put some alias, right? But pretty much everybody knows 2 or 3 libraries, right? That's our purpose. If you know how pandas work, how NumPy work, you will know how OS works, how matplotlib works, how Seaborn works. And I think he touched upon Seaborn also, right? Why we use Seaborn? Anybody?
For visualization.
Visualization is
For
pandas.
visualization, for chart, bar and graph.
Mhm. What else? Haima?
I was going to say visualization too.
But pandas is visualization too. So it's the second library.
Seaborn has more capabilities. The graphing you can do with pandas is not that extensive.
Okay. Okay. I don't want to talk much on that. I think you are clear. Pandas and the NumPy, as I said, is a multi-dimensional, right? It's an array. Okay. Seaborn is a statistical. Yeah. Statistical means like different probability method, like probability. Okay. Which is built on the top of matplot library integrated with pandas. Okay. So Seaborn is good to know, but I don't see a lot of things you are doing in data science. And same as this one, charts, plots. You know, it 2 or 3 is enough for you guys. Yeah. Scikit-learn is this. It's a machine learning model. Okay. Purely you build the packages and then run different prediction on the top of that one. That will help you to get you some analysis, predictive analysis. Okay. Stats models, these are all again more on the hypothesis, right? Testing. So it's a scientific statistical models. When it says stats, right? Do people know what stats mean? Stats model means statistic analysis. Means there's a subject called statistics, right? So under statistics, you learn about probability, you learn about regression, correlation, you learn about different modeling, hypotheses, how to test the hypothesis. Actually, if you are a researcher student, you must know stats, because stats, this library is actually good for you to build your hypothesis based on the project, based on the research projects. Okay. This is a very big topic. I think IMA is good enough in that, because you've done economics. Economics has econometrics. Econometrics has some kind of tools which helps you to learn statistical analysis. I remember when I was doing my PhD, I learned about SPSS, right, which is a product now owned by IBM. So we use SPSS as a small tool to analyze by using regression, correlation, pi-square, means, median, mode, all those dimension of the stats of the data, so we can build our hypothesis. But that time it was not data; it was like your statement whether smoking causes cancer, right? So they need to look into the hypothesis by having this statement smoking causes cancer. Is it true? So they need to do a lot of research and study and collect the data, then sample the data, then find the size of the data, then actually look into the techniques, different modeling techniques, look at the probability. If let's say they interview 10 people are smoker and none of them has cancer in the history, I'm talking about historical data, and then they can't say that, okay, smoking causes cancer. But if they say that the cancer patients mostly have addiction of smoking, and they identified all 10 smokers, 8 are out of, they lead them into the cancer, right? It means, okay, so smoking is a really cause of cancer. So, and they put this hypothesis, and then the hypothesis, they generate the data and then build models across. So the concept of machine learning and advanced artificial intelligence is actually take you to the states model. It's very important. This is a bridge from your Python concept packages into stats models and scikit-learn. This is two packages are important for your data science. See, common data science Python packages. This is what I'm looking into now, data science. I'm sure you guys don't know what data science is, and I'm going to clear you in a couple of minutes. But just keep, okay, this is an area like math, like science, but this is data science, okay? And we use these packages commonly. So when you move as a PA, data engineer, or data scientist, you will be dealing with these packages quite regularly. Okay. I don't want, but I want to show you what pandas cheat sheet is. So it's all the commands I put up in the pandas. So this is basically all the commands. Right? You've been using importing CSV, heads, shape, columns, D types. So these are the very commonly commonly commands used in the pandas. Okay. And then I can let you know about what is the pandas is, but you guys already learned. I hope you have asked this question to Mersh. Any times when somebody teach you anything, ask what is this. So, and I think you are pretty clear about what is pandas are, right? Okay, it's particularly the term called data frame, very important. Is similar kind of concept in Python called variables, right? Where we store data, right? Not data, where we store the different strings, characters, right? We call container, we call variables. But here in pandas, same concept of variable, we call data frames. So data frames where we store data in a data structure called data frames. So we will be use data frame like df. Okay. And when you call data frame in the Python or in the notebook, you use different commands. Okay, and then you join. You have different databases to join the tables, right? You take one table from database A, you take second table from database B, you take third table from database C. So you have 3 databases. You have 1 customer table. So what are you going to do? Are you calling 3 table? No, you join that table in your code. So, okay, take the table customer from database A, take the database B customer table, take the customer table from database C, join them and make one database. So one table. So you use join based on different data frame, because now you are not bringing, I'm not sure whether I'm trying to explain to you very well. The concept of Python given you how you can store different character in a variable, and then it will teach you the concept of Python. We are taking that concept and building that concept into the data world. In the data world, means data science. That's why pandas is important, because now you are moving DF, data frames, very important concept, very, very important concept. I'm sure you all guys, you didn't ask Harsh, and he might have not explained to you well. You must the very important frame concept, data frames. When you move on to the Python data science, this data frame concept is very enormously or regularly using it in our libraries. And if you relate in short nutshell, my answer is, you know how variable works in the Python is same as data frame. But now the storing of instead of characters or strings, here we call data. It could be table, it could be column, it could be whole database, how you join, how you union, how you merge the databases, you use data frames. No, you're not talking about taking a two word from one table or one column. No, you're talking about taking the whole table from the database and join to other database. So you're talking multi-database. Now you're really talking about RDBMS, Relational Database Management System, where you have multiple databases. I am not talking about SQL or Oracle. I'm talking about within the database. You have a database for sales, you have database for marketing, you have database for finance. So you have different databases, right? Your database for HR not visible to the employee because that's your salary, your bonus, your promotions, your related to a person, right? That is not able to share to the other person, right? So that's why HR data is sensitive. You're not having access to that, but you need to use some. For example, I need to know how many employees we have. You need to get the HR data from HR, right? But they should not give you all the columns. They just, okay, you take the column name, Irshad, address of Irshad, telephone of Irshad, but that's it. We're not going to give you Irshad's salary, the promotion, the package, the benefits, everything. No, because that's his personal information. Then you take these three columns, call the employee table, and then pull and join somewhere else. So this kind of manipulation of data called data wrangling. So you're not dealing with strings or characters or small numbers. You're dealing with the tables, the columns, the database, multiple databases. So you are now a data scientist. Your data will not be sitting in one column or one rows or one table. It might be sitting in an entire data landscape. It has many databases. It has many years of data. It has many columns and rows and thousands and millions of rows in one table. So data science doesn't limit to just 2 lines or 10 rows or 20 rows. No. So how are you going to deal that by using variables? You can't. That's where data frame concept comes in the picture. That's why if you want to move on to data science, data analytics, data frame is very important. Look at the definition. Data is there, right? Data frame is very good concept. And then you learning Python. What is Python written in? Do you know which programming language the Python is written in? Anybody knows? Nobody asked.
C++.
Which one?
C++.
C++. You guessing it or Moin, you know that?
I think I know it. I know the guy was Norwegian. I think he coded in, I think, C# or C++.
But you use the word I think.
I'm not 100% confident.
I like it. Thank you. So I always say I think it means you doubt, right? The interview will pick up that word and say, okay, so he's not sure. But when I ask you a question, maybe you're right. I ask you a question, are you sure or you're just guessing it? So here you said, my experience, whatever I read is this, but I could be wrong. That saves you everything. Because you going for the interview, all of you guys, I'm not talking Moeens only. When you say something to the interview, and if you make a U-turn, say, no, I heard somebody, but maybe it means you are shaking, you are not confident. Okay, that's why when somebody asks you a question, you say, I think this is my view, or this is I think the answer should be. But again, I could be wrong because I have limited knowledge. Say that things. Very good. Python written in Scala. You know what's the language of Scala? Scala. Anybody know what Scala is? It might be written in Java. It might be written in C++. Knowing what Moin said, right? But do you know what is Scala? Because this Python is written in a programming language. It is not basically itself is a object-oriented language. It is built through Scala, and Scala is written in Java. Okay, but when you write Scala, there's another platform which deals with data frames. Okay, let me share with you guys. Can you see my screen? Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes, we can see.
What you can see drawing?
We can see the PPT.
Okay, sorry. Thank you for letting me know. I appreciate a lot. Yeah, helping me. Okay, because I have two screens today, sorry. So that's why I keep asking whether you can see my big screen. That's why. Otherwise, I know you can see my screen. So your Python is written in Scala, Scala. Okay, that's a language. The Scala is written in Java. Okay, now Moin, if I ask your things, Java is pretty much equal to the concept of C++. But I'm not saying that Python is written in C++. No, I am asking, I'm getting this, that Python written in Scala, Scala written in Java, and Java is similar kind of concept of C++ because they have the concept of pointer. Okay, that pointer concept or object-oriented language. Okay, this language is called object-oriented language, OAL, object-oriented language. Everything is like object. Okay, Java. Okay, C++ is a very, very powerful language. Okay, very old language. Okay, then they take out some concept from here, make it Java. Java become very popular in the earliest 2000s. Okay, but before 2000, all this program was C++, the main language. C, then C, and then C++. Okay, and this is the main innovation, happened in the late 80s and 90s. Okay, and then from there they built Java. Java is open source object-oriented language. Then from Java packages, they built a Scala. Why they built Scala, I will let you know. Scala is built because of the Spark engine. Okay. Now why they called it Spark? Because they have a special kind of hardware. Okay, special kind of hardware. The machine. There was different type of machines. One machine called x86 processor. You know processor? Your processor, right? Intel processor. No, it was in the industry they called it x86, which is your Windows things. And there's another hardware which is RISC, RISC, which is not x86, which was purely Unix build platform. And you guys don't know what Unix is. The beautiful version of Unix, we call it Linux now. You might learn about Linux. Okay, guys, just go to this software. Just install this software. Sorry, where the software goes. Go to this software, Git Bash. Okay, this software is a free tool. Okay, this is giving you a tool for you to practice Linux. This is Linux, but backend Linux is Unix. Okay, the backend of this thing is Unix. We put them a little bit better, and then you can see this as a desktop. Is as a GUI, graphic user interface, right? So if you want to learn Linux, okay, you should be using this Git Bash, free software. Use it. But when you use CMD, this is your DOS. DOS is like, can you run LS? No, you cannot, because this Unix one. DOS, which is Windows, is directory. Okay, so this is a difference between Windows operating system, which is DOS, and this is Unix operating system. This is multi-thread, multitask, multi-domain operating system, very heavy. Okay, but now they make it light, because Red Hat, a company, pick up the code from the Java, pick up the code from the Unix and made it Red Hat Unix. We called it RHEL, RHEL. Okay, then this is called RHEL, Red Hat Enterprise Linux. Then Fedora, company called Fedora. So when you look at the Linux, right, just give you few points of Linux. Linux means Red Hat Linux. Linux mean Fedora Linux. Okay, Linux mean CentOS. So did you ask yourself why we have different version? Because these are different companies. They pick up this free source code, which was Unix previously. Okay, now become Linux, and then they make their own code. They called it Red Hat Enterprise Linux. Fedora company put their name Fedora. They also pick up this free code, like libraries, like packages we are learning, right? And then build it or customize it, and they called it Fedora Linux. They try to sell in the market. They also try to sell in the market. They also try to sell in the market. Exactly same thing happening now in the models, right? You pick up the Genai models, like large language model, you build into Llama, you build in ChatGPT, you build OpenAI. So all these models become different companies, and each company selling their own models. If you look at 90s, this was happening in the operating system level. If they build one code, everybody want to use it. They say, okay, no, my code is better. So now commonly Red Hat Linux Enterprise is commonly used in the industry. Really good. Okay, so the client or the commands for Red Hat Linux is this one. It has list ls -l. It will tell you parent directory where I am right now. I'm in under user mirsh, right? What is the list of what are the things sitting in here? These are the documents sitting in here. Okay, if you can see in the folder, you will see the same thing. Okay, and then Fedora has similar kind of commands. CentOS has different command. I mean, same syntax, but they are using the backend different code. Now the question we rise from the Scala to Spark. So this Spark was built for this reason. x86. x86 is your Windows. This one. So this is the type of the hardware. When I say hardware, mean processor. Okay. So if you read a little bit history, you guys need to know a little bit history. Maybe it's interesting to you. So we have different processor. Our hardware, the machine, the physical machine called hardware, right? It actually come with x86 or come with RISC-based hardware. Then you put operating system software based on the RISC. Right now you have Mac OS, right? You have Windows, right? So Mac OS is different. Windows is different. So your hardware is built based on Mac OS. Your hardware is built based on x86. Your hardware is built based on Windows. That's why Windows computer like Dell, like HP, like, they are all using, they're not innovator or builder of operating system. They use Microsoft to buy their operating system, put into their hardware and sell it. And Apple said, no, I don't want to buy operating system, and I don't want to buy a computer from HP or Dell or IBM Lenovo or ABC. I have my own hardware. They build their own hardware. They build their own operating system. They call it Mac OS. So Mac OS is a different animal. It's a very different thing. But others, HP, Dell, Lenovo, they are all used on Windows. Windows and Microsoft, right? Steve Jobs was not good friend of Bill Gates. They were opposite, and they don't want. Then Microsoft said, okay, you can't live without using our software, because people need Microsoft Word, PowerPoint, all those things. So Steve Jobs said, no, we can do that. So he tried to build everything by himself, which is Mac OS. You can't find Microsoft Word in the Mac OS. You can't. All the software is different because their hardware is different. Now, this Spark is a very powerful platform where we use DF, data frames. Okay. And now your Python folks, okay, They say, we don't know Scala. We don't know Scala. We don't know Spark. Hey, do I need to analyze the data and I need to know all these things? Man, that's problem. Okay. They say, I know, wow, Python. Okay. Then they build a small wrapper in the middle. We call it PySpark. PY, Py, and SP Spark. Build on the top of Spark. Spark is a powerful platform, which is a language, okay, written in Scala. Scala written in Java. Okay. I'm not sure, maybe Moin might be right. Java may be written some code of C++, but I'm not taking this, giving you that this is true, this is not true, but you never know. Yeah.
It was C.
It was C?
Yeah.
Okay, so C. All right, so Moin confirm now. Thank you, Moin. Yeah, make me correct. So it is C. So it's written in C. And then Scala, then Spark, then PySpark in the picture. PySpark means Python on Spark. Python on Spark. So our data scientist people know only Python. So we build a small wrapper, a small script, which Python talk to Spark. We call it PySpark. So data scientist people still use Python, but under the hood of Python, there's a small programming software or language. We call it PySpark. This make Python talk to Spark. That's why when you do the Python, you use the DF. DF is data frame. Okay, that understood by Spark or PySpark. But in Python, we're calling these. So data scientists use only Python. They don't go behind this. But since you asked this question, I just give you the background. So you are here. This is a history. But somebody asked you, do you know PySpark? Don't be confused. Don't be surprised. Tell him actually, I am not a programming person. I only know Python programming. But I know that Python is run on the top of Spark and they build programming language or interface called PySpark. Okay. And I know that Spark is written in Scala, but I really don't know what Scala is. And then you can further go down as these two to C. So you can link this programming language all the way to the Python. So indirectly, you can say Python is object-oriented language as well. Okay, so that's the history of Python, right? Now, question come to you guys. What is data science? Let's talk now. What is data science? Anybody want to try? What is data science? What is data science? Moin. What do people do? Aima, what is data science? Amna? It's a process. Okay, I called it data science, DS. Okay. It's a process of extracting knowledge, insight. What's the difference, knowledge and insight? Knowledge and insight from noisy or very noisy, I don't know how it's called, noisy data, and turning TR, turning into actions. turning into actions for our business. Okay. Busyness. Okay. Whatever. My spelling may be wrong here. So 3 areas important, right? Data sciences is a process of extraction, right? Find out something, dilute it, make it out of something from out somewhere, right? Knowledge, insight from a noisy data, which turns into actions for our business. So data scientists work for data science. The role called data scientists, SCIENTS, scientists. So these scientists, what they do actually, say build model, build this, nothing. Data scientist people help us to extract a knowledgeable insight. Insight means give you some good information. For example, hey guys, work hard. Genai is really going hard. You can get a good job. That's insight. Okay. It's not published somewhere. We're looking for this role for Genai. I'm giving you insight, knowledge, right? Which I grab from the industry. Okay. Based on my experience, based on my job, right? And where I get this knowledge insight from a very noisy world, from a very noisy means you have thousand pages of articles. In 1,000 pages of articles, our business our business, for example, my Genai business, right? We are not interested to know this 1,000 pages, and I have time to read 1,000 pages and to find it out. These data scientists use techniques, use algorithms, use libraries, use packages, use these frameworks, pandas, anacondas, data IQ, algorithms, models, to make sure from this very complex data, they find out a knowledgeable insight which can be taken as an action for our business. Okay, that's called data science. And that data science area who work in the data science field is called data scientists. Now, data scientist is a very well qualified role because when he extract the knowledgeable insight from a noisy data, from a very complex, very rigid, not easy to understand, this guy is very knowledgeable about what exactly need to find out better few lines, maybe 10 lines of summary from the 2,000 pages of document, which is really need for this business, so they can take action to get some money, right? So this guy is helping business. Hey, give me 2,000 page, I'll get you one page summary. What this 2,000 pages all about? Okay, that's job of data scientist. But he cannot just read 2,000 pages. It's the old school of thoughts. When people read a lot of books, make notes, make summary, okay, then look in the dictionary and relevant the work and all to find out the meaning of the dictionary and then get your summary, right? You guys are not even in this era where you learn all this summary. We learned that, yeah, but you guys not. So let's not talk about summary. So somebody has to do that, and he need to know the knowledge. Knowledge he has it, but tools he want to use to clean this noisy data or to get something better out of this noisy data. That's different tool he use, and that tool you guys learning it, guys. That tool you learn it Python. What Python do? Huh? Why I'm say keep learning Python? What it does, man? Why is good for us? It's a tool. It not make my life wonderful, beautiful, luxury. No, it helps business to find out something good for them. So this tool is just a tool. It's not technology. It's a tool. We use this tool in a technology to find it out, or to clean, or to analyze, or to wrangle, or to data mine, or to uniform or transform the data. That's why Python is good tool for you. Figure it out. What are the good one-page information you need based on your business from 2000 page? That's why you learn sorting, right? Sorting the elements. You learn list. And the list means it's 2000 pages a list, okay? Or it can be dictionary, okay? Now you find some kind of statement or conditions. Hey, find out only the data which are related to sales. This is a condition, right? And then you calculate that sales for the next in among 10,000, among 2000 page, if any yearly sales given. So you're using these conditions, object, dictionary, list, all those objects in this tool to make this noisy data into actionable. Okay. You do not need 100% brain to think and do. You can just think, I need a data from, I need a sales. What is my sales, or how can I improve my sale? This question is, how can I improve my sale 10%? If this is an article written by Harvard University, it has 2000 pages. Hey, Mr. Data Scientist, can you please tell me how I can increase my sales 10%? But this is a very good article. Somebody wrote it, how to increase the sales. No, you figure it out and tell me, what should I do to increase my sales of the company by looking this article? Data scientist job is to find out, read out everything, find out the tools, how to read this 2000 page in a day, in a half day, and figure out, Mr. CEO, this data is junk. No use. But I say, okay, you don't give me the data, you give me techniques. How can I improve my sales? Okay, they give this one model, this, we should follow this, we should make sure we increase our sales, maybe going one region, now we can go to the second region. We can introduce our product to multiple regions, right? Different region, region 1, region 2, region 3. So this he can take it from here. But how can he take it in half day? By using tools. This tool is Python. Python do what? It has a lot of functions. It call libraries. It do some mathematics. It do some calculation. Take this word, find out the sales, how to increase the sales, what are the algorithms, what are the calculation. He will do that and get you the final things in front of the business people who spend money, right? Who give you money. Okay, he's the boss. Okay, so this data scientist is a collaborative role with BA and DE, data engineer. BA is business analyst and data engineer. Okay. Now just give a little bit more thought into it. So this is your area of computer science. This is your area of mathematics, math. You're a student, right? You study math. And this is the area of, my dear industry, business expertise, business people, business, okay, or business subject. Okay. Anything. This thing. This segment which overlap all these is called data science. Subset of math, computer science, business is called data science. Why? We need computational, we need compute, calculation, math, right? We need concept of computer science. because this math computations run on the top of compute, right? Powerful machine. So need a computer. Okay. And business, it will give you what exactly we need to do. So the subset of these three major areas called data science. And who responsible of this data science called data scientist. So for here, guys, clear?
Yes.
Thank you, Fran. Okay, now we talk about a little bit what is inside the data science. Okay, what is data scientist? Let me just sit down for a minute. Okay, so far everybody clear? What is data scientist? I'm sorry, what is data science? I'll give you example now and walk you through a little bit about what is your role as a data scientist. And what I was asked this question this morning. I don't know where to, maybe Feroz asked this question. Yeah. So what is data science? Where I use the data science. Okay. All right. So you take noisy data here. Noisy data here. I call noisy data here. What's the meaning of noisy data? Anybody? Anybody? Guys, anybody? What is noisy data?
Data that's not been cleaned.
Very good. Excellent. Thank you so much. So data which is actually not easy to understand, which is not cleaned, can be social data. It can be anything which does not is not information, right? It's very complex, something rigid, something. It's like a garbage. Okay. It's like a big chunk of lots are sitting there where you can see this is look like a garbage, right? But inside the garbage you may find something very really maybe gold, right? Maybe something very important, and it's like shining, and the garbage is really good. So that's a noisy data. But now from the noisy data we find out something knowledgeable, right? Knowledge insight. I called it K&I. Okay, I don't want to use the full name because my whiteboard is not really very user friendly. So knowledge insight. Okay, then we talk about actions. Means we find out something better from this noisy data and make it knowledge and insight information and make into actionable. This area is called data science, right? We learn and keep telling again and again. This whole thing is called data science. Correct? Now, the person who clean the data, what that role we call it? That person who clean the data. What is his role? What we call them? What role we given to them? No idea, right? Okay, let me walk you through data life science. Sorry, the data life cycle, data science life cycle, DS. I mean, where this area started, what is the cycle, where we call it data science life cycle, right? So business understanding, you need to have a business understanding first. Business understanding, what you need to do, you need to have business understanding. What kind of business I'm doing, right? Okay, business understanding. Business understanding means will take you into the what on the top of business understanding you are looking for. For example, data mining, data science. Not data science, data mining. Which part of your noisy data to data mining? Data mining is basically the concept where you to procure the data from the data science for business. So here data mining means you are actually in the process of this information, these things. Okay, then data mining comes from, this is like a big data, like a big garbage, right? Truck of garbage sitting there, right? Okay, But in the business understanding, you know that hey, something is there in the truck, right? Even though it's look garbage, but maybe something is really good inside. Okay, so you suspecting, you understand business, and you say, okay, when I say garbage, it means really not garbage. It means a mix of inventory, which business thinks is not used, but you can get use of it, right? So that's we put in the data mining, like where you can procure something or where you can use some sort of data to make your business work better. Okay, so that's data mining is. So data mining, the further area from the data mining, we called it data cleansing. So we find out from the business understanding, this is something we can figure it out, and then we look at the truck as a data mine, big things, and then from there we start looking into how to clean the data, how to cleanse from the data mining. So this data mining. Okay, got it. So the next step is you understand first, then data mining, then you go for the data cleansing, and then what do? You have the clean data now. What are you gonna do? You explore it, right? Exploration. I give you example. You know how they extract the oil? They look at, oh, this mountains or this water side has some potential about the oily or oil and gas uh, repositories, or things are there. So they start digging, and they have different tools to scan it, the land, and find it out. Geographical people look into that one. This is potential, can be oil and gas. And then they take the data of that area, and then they put big data mining and understand, for example, in Saudi Arabia, most of the time they have a very desert, very heated environment where they figure out the oil. So they will not look into the area which is frozen or cold. They will look into the data which is more on the deserted area and very hot area, humid area, where they can figure it out. The oil can be taken out, right? So this business understanding people get this data, read it, understand it, and then clean it from the bad data. And they just say, okay, instead of 2,500 acre of land, no, we figure it out. The oil can be figured out in this 10 miles of land. So they clean the data from 1,000 miles or 100 miles, maybe put 100 miles. Okay, and now they make it to 10 miles. This oil can be found within 10-mile radius. Okay, what they do exploration. Then now they try to explore this 10 miles of area, not 100 or 1,000 miles. Okay, because this insight given by these people. So these people are called BA, business analysts, BA, who understand business analyst, okay, who knows business domain about oil and gas. Okay, then they talk with these folks. These folks are you, who are called data engineers, because you know how to clean the data, you know how to cleanse the data. Okay, then they invite third role. Okay, that role is basically who can explore, who can do some machine learning concept or some advanced learning, because he cannot himself explore without tools, right? So that role is called data scientist role, DS. Got it? So knowledge and insight is data. Noisy data or business understanding come from the something look like, right? Is something is business people make sense out of this noisy data, right? And they say, oh, something is, we can take it out. Then data engineers go and look into, and they say, okay, we can mine the data. We figure out how many trucks we have, and then from there we will figure it out which is we clean the data and we figure out, oh, this is a good data, like 10 miles radius. And now from there, data scientists will come into the picture and say, okay, we can explore it. What is this 10 miles radius, whether we can get the oil or not. So they cannot explore by hand. They have technology. They use machine learning algorithm. They use different advanced technology to explore the world. Okay. Now this area is a new area, machine learning, advanced analysis. Okay. By using this, they explore these things and they figure it out. There is a oil and gas in this 10 miles area, or maybe 2 miles area, right? So all these three people are working together. That's why in the area of data science, in the area of business, in the area of data engineering, there are three roles. This guy, BA, should understand the business, should understand the domain knowledge, should understand what business we are in. Data mining, data cleansing person know how to clean the data, and exploration person knows what is the different tools and technology to explore or to make a more meaningful action, this action here. Okay, so these three roles are part of data science. And now these three roles, we call it AIML, artificial intelligence machine learning. Okay, when I say data science, actually I'm talking about this one. But this role cannot be completed without data engineering. And this role cannot be completed without business analyst. So if I define the term data science, it's a subset of BA, DE, and DS. So what BA guys do, they bring business knowledge, expertise. What data engineering science guys do, they bring computer in the picture because they need to clean the data. What these guys do, they cannot run their models, exploration tools on the top of or manual or hands. So they use these computer skills like computation, CPU, RAM, all those power, clean data, and then they explore different tools on the top of this computer. Okay, so these three roles are very important in the data science, and data science is AIML. And the next technology from AIML is called Genai. Now you guys can think of, did I learn last 10 weeks about this thing, or about this thing? Actually, you did not learn this. You don't know the domain. You don't know life science. You don't know marketing. You don't know sales. You don't know oil and gas. Nothing. You jump into DE. You learn about data. You learn data type, data size, data CSV, data base, SQL, MySQL, here, there. And then you learn cleansing. You use Python skill. You learn Python because you have data. You have data mining. Now you need to explore it. You need to find out what is inside data. Okay, you need to clean the data. Okay, you do this and then leave this data behind, and then these people will come in the picture and say, I know Python very well. Now your Python come in the picture because you're in data scientist role. Okay, now if we combine this role and this role, we call it data analytics. We call it data analytics. This role allow you to use tool, right? Data science, which is Python is a tool. Pandas, Anaconda, Data IQ. Okay, all these are tools, guys. This is the role. Data scientist is a role, is a person who use these tools to find out actions. This knowledge and insight is the area which done by data engineer to clean the data, to data mine it, to wrangle the data, to identify the data, everything data. And this guy tell you what data, what our business, what we should be looking at. Okay, so these three roles are very collaborative. When you go in the industry, you will be talking about these three roles. You will be working with BA, you will be working with DE, you will be working with data scientists. Clear? Now, you can play either role. You can play either role. Okay, I don't want to go too much about data engineering. Everybody knows. We've been talk a lot. And it's all about data. Okay, for this guy, he doesn't know this role. So he want data. He cannot run exploration or prediction or calculation on the top of what? Need data, right? we depend on this person. Hey, give me the data. Give me clean data. Give me 10 years data. And this guy will be talking to this guy to facilitate him the data. And this guy say, hey, he's asking me sales data. Hey, what is sale? This guy is asking this guy, hey, sales mean this, sales mean that. So these are very collaborative roles. When you get into industry as a fresh graduate, Moeen, Aima, all you guys are fresh graduate, you can be BA, you cannot be BA because you really don't know the knowledge of domain. You don't know what life science does. You don't know what pharmaceutical companies do. You don't know what oil and gas business is. You don't need to. You need to know the business. Then you can play a role of BA. But you know a little bit BA. I have to pick the sales data. Then you talk to BE. Then you talk to this one. So you can fit yourself into either this role or that role. That's what I meant, data analytics role. Okay. That's I meant is data analytics role. Question? Moeen? Clear?
Yeah, everything clear.
Yeah, I'm not taking you inside the concept. I am giving you awareness, what's happening. And you can open up your eyes and just identify yourself where I'm standing and where I want to go. Okay. And after this, the scope is not limited. Scope is opening up. D, P, D, DS. If you think I'm not very good in data science, but if you are good in Python, you need a used tool to use as a data scientist. You can be data scientist, but you need to know some good education, like maybe PhD, maybe master, maybe economics degree. Okay. And then you can play a data science role because you need algorithm, you need models, all those things you need to know. Maybe you don't have that capability. Okay, I can be data engineer. But now the next area is advanced analytics, which is called Genai. And now Genai is a new area. So it's the industry is moving from BA. They still want BA, right? It's not, they're gone. They are still there. Data engineer is still there. And data scientist is still there. Now they're coming to Genai. Genai has prompt engineer, they have Genai model engineer, blah, 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 6, 7 roles, right? Okay. Now you can, if you're DE and you want to Genai, you can still go, right? Because you are a person who prepare the data. And data is needed by who? Data scientists. And of course, data is needed by Genai people also. So you can stick with the data. That's why I keep telling my last 4 months to Aima, to Imran, they are my pioneer students. Guys, think about data. Think about data. This is your role. Data engineer, data analyst. It's not, DA is different than data analyst, okay? I didn't touch the data analyst. Data scientist, Genai, prompt engineering, model engineer, Python, learn this tool. So I did explain to everybody to do your job as a data scientist or data engineer. Okay, what you need to do? You need to climb a tree or climb a mountain. What are you going to do that? I might just take the normal slipper and start trying to climb the tree. Is that possible? No, you need hiking shoes. You need climbing shoes, right? If I ask you just go tomorrow and do hiking for 2 miles, you will go with the normal slipper. You need some exercise, some practice, some tools, right? So to reach there, you need some tools. That I keep telling that you need to build a tool called Python. You need to build the tool for SQL just to see how tables, how columns, how rows and all look like. You need to build the tool called Linux, maybe Linux. I didn't ask you. And I don't put Linux on the top. I put Linux on the bottom. And I put cloud because your computer science area is cloud, where you put other machines. Do you know this? Do you know this? Do you know this? If yes, you are eligible to fight this position. Okay. Do anybody need to know what data scientists do in 5 minutes? No, everybody know what data engineer job is, correct? Don't confuse with these. These are the tools, guys. The more tools you know, the more skill you have, the better you are in the industry. You learn Linux, very good. You don't learn Linux, still you can do this job. You learn Python, you learn SQL database, building SQL database. Okay, not required here, but good job. It's useful skills. You learn DevOps to deploy the code, deploy the data. Still good, right? But if you don't have this, don't have this, still you can play this role. Now, just a little bit touch upon I have over 27 minutes, which I always go over because I'm too passionate. My wonderful friends or colleagues or students should learn more things from me. Time is less. We want to market you. Okay. I give you example what data scientist does actually day life. What is his job? Okay. And then this data science, why it move into advanced analytics? Okay. Or we will call it AI or ML, or we call Genai, right? Why is getting help to all the latest greatest technology? Okay. So you need a business case. When you have a business case, you actually try to use Python to build a chart. So your chart is you are looking for sales. Okay, your problem is sales. Okay, and you define this chart with complex steps to take it. So you define, let's chart between two variables, complex and values. Just give you example. Why? Because I'm trying to get you some high level understanding what data scientist does. Okay, so this values and this complex, it for the reason of sales, to improve the sales, or to find it out what is our sales. So this business, okay, this is where you find some tools to find out the complex analysis and based on some values, which is data basically. So now we are trying to relate things, right? So what data scientist does, he will pick up the data and he will do kind of descriptive analysis. First, he will do descriptive analysis. So do you guys know what descriptive analysis? Ima. I always call Ima first. I'm so sorry, Ima, to put you on the number one. Amna. Descriptive means you're just describing it.
Describe.
Yes, you're describing it. This is descriptive analysis means based on one paragraph or based on one 5 pages, you build a summary. Okay, based on this 5 pages, what I understood is this. Okay, that's the data science job. Is that enough? It's not enough. Okay, the question here will find out. Sales is getting stagnant. Our sales is getting stagnant. That's he find it out. Hey, our sale is not increasing, not decreasing, you know, or he's saying, okay, the sale decreased. Sale decreased by 10%. This is descriptive analysis. Okay. Now he said, the manager said, or the boss said, you are here to tell me the sale decreased by 10%. This is descriptive analysis. Okay. I want to know why. Why sales go down 10%? Then the data scientist will need to do diagnostic analysis. Diagnostic. You guys are still all young, right? So if you go to the hospital, if they describe your symptoms of some maybe you got sick, right? Or you got fever, right? They need to know why you got fever. So they wanted to diagnose you. But if it's normal headache, fever, they give you Panadol, go home, bye-bye. Good. But if you have end up a little bit bad symptoms of disease, they want to diagnose. So the diagnostic. Why this happened? Why he got pimples, a lot of pimples? Or why our sales goes down 10%? Okay. This guy need to do that, data scientist. So we called it diagnostic analytics. So now it's a different type of analytics, different type of analytics. Okay. Then when they say, can you predict some outcomes? Predict. He will tell you, okay, your sales goes down because you work hard. Your employees took a lot of holidays. They promote well. Your sale goes down 10%. He will give you the answer why under diagnostic analytics. But now you're saying to him, to data scientist, hey, predict me something. If I don't have staff for 2 weeks, my sales should not go down. Or if, let's say, my sales goes down, how much? If we do not have staff for 2 weeks or 1 month, how much my sales will goes down? Okay. Then this guy has to build analytics, which is called predictive analytics. He will be predicting it before people get off or not coming to office. Okay, he will do predictive analytics. He will do the predictions, but he will not a magician, or he will not that people who just find out something. No, he will look the data. He will look the data. He will make some predictions. He use some tools. He use some analysis based on Python. I don't want to go to Python. He might use libraries, NumPy, Pandas, here, there. He will do the data, wrangle the data, clean the data, and then he will figure out the visualization and say, okay, this is my prediction. If your employees are off for 1 month, your sales goes to 5% down. Okay. Now, this is not just he's telling, this is based on the data. If you say your 10 people are off for 1 month, this much sale goes down. If your 20 people are off for 1 month, your sales goes down 20%. So he will do some predictive analytics. Who will do this? Data science will do that. But he needs data, right? Then he reaches out to data engineer, okay, to find out, hey, give me clean data. I want to do predictive analytics. And then here you went to the doctor and say, doctor, I'm feeling sick. I have a lot of pimple on my face or something now. Then he wanted to know why this happens. Okay, because you don't drink a lot of water. So you are actually, you don't drink water. So you have a lot of pimples. Okay. Then he said, what should I do? He said, if you drink a lot of water, your pimple will go away. And it will take a little bit time to, for you to, so he predicting and analyzing. Now the next term is, you say, I'm here for the medicine. You don't teach me advice, is this going away? Say, okay, that was a thing, prediction, I make it, but to short, quick medicine or quick outcomes or quick fix to that is do prescription. I give you prescription. Okay, then scientist has to give a prescriptive analytics, how to solve complete case. Okay, prescriptive analysis. So in other words, you are actually doctor if you're data analyst, because you are describing it, you are diagnosing it, you are predicting it, and now you are giving the final fix solution called prescriptive. You went to the doctor always tell you, okay, take this medicine, go to the CVS pharmacy, bye-bye, right? So actually he does all these steps. No, he is doing on a human person's body. He is a doctor. He knows the knowledge of our body, right? For a human. And this data scientist, who is the patient for the data scientist? Who are the patient for the data scientist? Guys, this is not a data, right? He's not a doctor, real doctor, right? It's a data scientist. Who are the patient for the data scientist?
Data.
Data. Awesome. Exactly. So doctors, who's the patient for the doctors? People, right? So he talk about people. He understand people. Data scientists understand data. And he needs tool to do all these 1, 2, 3, 4 things. That is all the job of data scientists. Now, when we talk about next week, we will be talking about this area. Okay, but next week I would let Harsh to finalize your project and explanation about Python, touch base. Whatever you learn today, you promise me, ask anything you don't understand to Harsh, particularly in the Python. Particularly in the Python. If you are not clear, help me, please. Help me to clear up yourself. Do you see my slide deck? I want everybody. I will put up this slide. Amna, I'll give to you. Just put it and share to all these group of people. I want everybody to be honest to yourself.
Okay.
You must know all these 8 concepts. You must know all these 8 concepts. You still have one last chance. Can somebody put on mute, please? You still have a last chance, guys. Next week, you can stop. Harsh, a minute. Harsh, I am not clear about classes. Give me some examples. Tell me what classes is. Can I define my new class? What is packages? Tell me what is Anaconda. Tell me what is NumPy. What is tell me Plotlib? Tell me what are the different things. Tell me what data IQ is. Whatever you learn today, I can put up. I give the slides to Amna. Amna can put into. No sharing, please. Do not share to anybody. Okay. I am caring about you guys, and you are paying to me and you're learning. I don't want this to be go in the market. Please help me out. Okay. Learn it. I want you to go through this slide tonight, daily or weekend, maybe 10 minutes for 15 minutes. Find out some questions. Okay. This question tomorrow, not tomorrow, next week. Oh, you have actually 1 week. You can prepare in a week. You don't need to burn your night. Sorry. You have next 1 week. Okay. By the week of November 11th, he will be giving you two days class. And then he will catch up this week also. So you have 2 weeks class with him. I want you to make sure these 6 concepts you know very well with him before I'll take you to the data science. If you're sincere, if you're honest, please do so. If you just wanted to get the certificate, it's up to you guys. Any question, guys? I took you a lot of time. I don't want to take, but I want you guys to learn basics, understand the process. Then later on, that's why I don't want to give you the answer of all these 8 points. I know you know, but if you don't know, ask your Python teacher and go deep. What is example? Moin, you ask a question, but you just ask question and that's it. Try to understand by different examples. What is conditions? Why we use conditions? Why we use condition in data science? Okay, if you go through this one, this is all the slides is purely for data science. This concept you will be using, and I put it a really nice way explanation. You will read it, you will understand, and don't mind. Just think about it. Dictionaries mean okay. Somebody asked me what is dictionaries. Oh well, dictionary is denoted by curly bracket. In dictionaries, in a dictionary, we called a term called key, which is actually indexed. So we indexed by a key. Each key must be unique. Okay, blah, 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 3, 4 lines. That's called dictionary. I asked you guys, what is list? It is open, it's item. At this stage, you need to tell me at least 4 points of list. This one. What is list? Okay, list is denoted by square brackets. Index number start from 0 in the list. Each item separated by comma in the list. It is a nested list, list within a list, called nested list, blah, blah, blah. That's it. So you took 30 seconds, you explained to me what it is. I will be impressed by you. I ask you a question, what is list? It depends. Okay. So then, all right. Then tell me, where we use list. No, I turn into hard because you tell me it depends what you're asking. But you're here for a job, right? You need to promote yourself, put your impression. Ask you one, what is index? You say, wait a minute, let me give you what is list. List, we define different items in a list, which is represented by a curly or square bracket, and index is a position of the items. And in a list, index starts from 0, right? And then you want me to continue more, so there's a multiple list. You can call multiple list in a list called nested list. We use these terms in a data science because sometimes we need to call different functions in terms of some function to do mathematical computations. We use list. This slide, guys, every slide, you need to make 2 to 3 lines for you to understand. Prepare that. I'm not asking you to memorize. I'm asking you to put your things now in a 1, 2, 3 line sentence of answer. If somebody, Irshad, anybody asks you, what is list? You tell him 2, 3 characters of the list. All these things, guys, all these things, I want you to know very well out these 8. If you don't ask next week, if you don't ask the following week, and you're not clear this 8 concept, I'm going to ask you after 2 weeks. Okay, guys, take care. Have a good week. Bye. All right, guys.
All right, thank you.
Any question?
No.
No
I'm
question.
good. Arslan, Firoz, you're good. Moin, you're good. Awaz, you're
Yeah.
good. Perfect, guys. Amna, you're good. Amna, I'll give you this slide deck, or I may put into engineering folder. Okay, guys, you will get an email, or you will get where this PPT is sitting. Feel free, and very, very important. I keep telling you guys, your whole 8-week class, this 10, 15 watts, 20 slides, 28, 30, around 40, 45 slides. Okay, make sure you know very well. Okay, because next we'll put up some questions around that the Python you need to know. So it's a snapshot of Python in the data scientist. So when questionnaire asks you a question, he will be talking about all these things. And I want you to have with examples, with scenario, with confidence. Okay. Very soon you're gonna have the interviews. It's not very far now. I want you to be ready for that one. This area in Python. Okay. All right, guys. Don't want to take much time. We'll see you next week. Anybody wants to smart dudes? Are you catching up with your groups and talking about Genai, or you just are silent? Muin, Imran,
Yeah, we're starting.
you're doing it right?
Yeah.
Perfect. Good job, guys. Yeah, and then please, everybody, send me your resumes. Okay. And then I have to send to the technical recruiter. He has to create a campaign for you, and then we prepare the answers. Okay, so Firoz, you missed out a few things. Yeah, now you just join back. Talk to Moin or talk to somebody. Do you have any question, Firoz? Did you miss anything? I don't know.
No. I just joined from my laptop. I was there.
Okay, no problem. Very good. Good. All right, guys.
I have some questions regarding the project.
A project question.
Yeah.
Who's your team lead?
We are same group with the IMA.
Okay, Ima. He has question. Go ahead, Firoz. What's your question? Firoz, go ahead. What's your question?
Let me share the screen 1 second.
Okay, Ima, you there? Ima, you there? I think Ima left already. Ima's there. Ima, are you there? Okay, you can ask. Ima, she's taking lunch. She's eating biryani. Ima,
I mean, it's not about. I mean, I have some questions.
this is the project. Is this a project or this is the no? It's a group project or it's other
Yeah,
project?
this is a group project. I just don't. I just didn't understand the third questions. Like, it says, does overall performance among all teams between 2008 and 2016 been improved?
Okay,
Like,
good.
is it like I mean, I'm confused about like what should I consider as an improvement, like wins or
I think the points. I think it's the points. How much points they have gained over that time period. I think you should graph it. Do you understand?
So I decided to work with the SQLite with not CSV files. I just I found like the wins at home, aways, and draws. The second question is determine like teams which performance significantly improved. I just counted the wins. I mean I don't know what to count, to be honest.
Can
Because
you go back to the question? Can you go back to the second question? Will determine which teams. I think it's asking you from like one time period to another time period. Like I think you should track the time. Like it's asking for improvements. Like which are the biggest improvements from like probably different year to a different year.
what do you mean? Like 1 second.
Uh, mm,
So here we have just we don't have the first period, second period.
oh, so no, it doesn't have the year.
I mean, we have time like the year when the match was played, the game was played.
I think yeah, I think you should probably use
Yes,
that.
so probably I think we should just count the wins like over the time, maybe six. I don't know. But I was really confused about the theory to
No problem, Rose, no problem. We just give you hints, but I would suggest don't worry that question yet. Next week, Harsh will explain to you. And in the meantime, if you really stuck somewhere, talk to Ima and talk in your group. You guys have group discussion.
we have, but everyone is silent in the group.
They are silent.
Yes.
Who is so okay? So is there any call happen?
Yeah, we did like meeting when the project was assigned, but after that, like I texted multiple times, everyone is silent.
So silent means no response, right?
Yeah, no response.
Okay. Let me talk to your team lead, and definitely he will be more responsive to you.
Yeah, I mean, they want to work with the CSV, but I decided to work SQLite. It's much more convenient than CSV files. Connecting with the team API IDs with the keys, join the table. With the CSV, it's gonna be a bit like, complicated. So I
Uh-huh.
decided to work with the SQLite.
Never mind. Next week you're not submitting that or presenting next week, right? So you're presenting your project to the following week, right?
Mhm.
Or maybe Sunday. Okay. So next week still question answer. So he will explain to you if you have any doubts or anything. So good job. You reached to the point number 3. I will let team lead know to make sure that they are talking to their teammates. But you can talk to Imran, Moeen, or you can talk to Rahman.
They know everything about the SQLite, about everything.
It should be good. Yeah,
Okay.
they are good. Yeah. Otherwise, I will talk to you, or I will ask Harsh. Just send a message to Harsh. Hey Harsh, can you answer me this question? That's it.
Okay.
I will ask Harsh to answer you. Yeah,
Okay. Thank you.
no problem. But first, you put the question to your team in your team. Team lead, I'm all right. I will talk to her and I'll let her know that you should answer to Firoz and everybody's question. If
I've
no,
been texting to the group chat for the past 3-4 days.
okay, no worries. Just put in the main channel. There, Harsh is there.
Okay.
Okay, I'll talk to them. Why the group is not being responsive. I will talk. I
I
will
mean,
fix it.
yeah, I just wanted
No
to
complaint. Don't worry. I'm not
finish
gonna
the
complain.
project as soon as possible. I have some PHP, JavaScript, HTML, CSS like projects at college. I have this project as well. I just want to finish with that one and focus on the other one.
Okay. Okay. Let me call Ima.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
No problem. Hold on a minute. I think she got busy, so maybe everybody taking lunch, right? So I will talk to her and she will reach out to you, Firoz. Okay.
Okay. No problem.
Thank you. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye.